Hi, George here. I've been seeing a few posts recently, people asking if Skindex is still around. I know I normally use Planet Minecraft, I like that better. But if you want a real simple skin editor, then Skindex is the way to go. And yes, it is still here. And there's the address right there, minecraftskins.com skin editor. A lot of stuff in here. The main thing I want to talk about though is the actual editor. And that's right down here. First, I recommend getting an account here. It's free to sign up for a free account. That makes it just a little bit easier. You can then upload your skins to Skindex, for instance. But what you want in here is you want to have a reference skin to start from. This is really confusing, this kind of a grid thing in here. Real confusing. So it's better to come down and upload from your computer. Now, if you don't have a skin to upload, you can grab a skin from Skindex, which is right up here. Go to top or to latest and just grab a skin from that. And then use that skin. You can do that. Let's go back here to the editor. What I normally do is to upload one from my computer. And that's this upload button right there. Click on that. I have a whole bunch of skins in here that I've made over the years. Let me just grab a real basic Steve right there. There we go. Open this one up. Classic arms. These are the thicker arms. There's your thinner arms if you want those. So classic Steve. And the main reason I do that is we can now see where the eyes are. It's really easy to put the skin on backwards if you don't have a reference to start with. Now there are two parts in here. There is the basic body here. This is your standard skin. And then there's a layer on top of that. We can add in some more detail and things. You kind of a floating effect in there. And it's just, as you can see, just a basic grid. Now, if you use your wheel on your mouse, you can scroll up and down like that. You can zoom in and out right down here. In button, and here's the out button. Obviously, bigger is easier. If you want to, you can hide parts of the body. Like I can hide the center part here by clicking on this thing over here, right-hand side, so I can hide the arms like that. Now, the reason why you want to do that is you can get the bottom section in here or the top of the legs down there, the parts that are normally hidden from view. You want to have those because sometimes you can see that when a character is moving around. For instance, if the arms are moving, you can see the inside there on where the arm is. So you want to be able to hide that to get into those spots. There's also an undo and redo right down here. So if you make mistakes, you can undo and redo. You can reset the skin. If you've been doing some editing, just go ahead and reset this. This goes back to that clear look. Click on reset, choose OK, and there it is. There is that basic clear look again. So I'll bring Steve back up. I had him right over here. There we go. We'll zoom in again. Now, left-hand side, real simple on your painting tools. You have a standard pencil tool here. So I'm going to just choose kind of a bright orange in here so it's easy to see this. So you have a color wheel over here. You can choose your basic color like this. And when you have your basic color, you can then come in here and refine that color. Your full saturation is left-hand side, lighter top, darker bottom, less saturation over this way. So I'll go full saturation, kind of right there in the middle, kind of like that. And with the pencil tool, you can just come in here and just draw lines like that with the pencil tool. It's really easy to do. They're all just one solid color. The eraser tool here can erase things out. Now this is going to give you what looks like a hole in here. You see that? You can kind of see through, but you're not actually getting transparency on the character. This is only transparency on the texture, but not on the character. The character is actually solid black in the game. So these holes would end up being just solid black because we're painting the skin on top of the black shape. So don't think that you can make a transparent character. You can't do that this way. So I'll put those back in again. Just paint them back on like that. There we are. There also is an auto tone. This is kind of fun. This takes your basic color you did up here and it makes some slight variations. It's kind of hard to see there. Let me find a darker color. You can see more variations usually on a darker color. You can kind of see them in there. If I make this solid like that, you can see those variations going on. So this gives you nice variations as you're painting. That looks more realistic that way if you'd have those variations. So unless you want a real solid color, I'd recommend just going ahead and using the auto tone right here for some variety on the look. If you want to fill this with a color, you can come over here to color picker, choose a color that you want, like that one right there. It brings that color up into the color wheel. And then we have a fill right down here. And this fills the whole side of something. So I click over here, it fills the whole side. Just like that. So it doesn't fill the whole figure, just that side. So an easy way to work is to first come in and fill your sides in. Like that, so you have your basic coloration. Then come in and grab the auto tone and just give it kind of basic toning like this. Looks more naturalistic this way. Just kind of paint around. Take something interesting looking. There we go. And then if you want a different color, I'm going to come in here and just do kind of a skin tone in here. Your skin tones are basically in your oranges, the orange area in here. You can go darker skin tone or a lighter skin tone, but they're all basically in the oranges. I'll do something kind of like that. And then you just paint in on your skin tone. Now these arms are 4 wide, so I know it's going to be right there. And we'll spin that around and we'll do this side over here. And I'm using that auto tone. It's just the easier one. The pencil is great for just solid lines, but most of the time the auto tone is the one you want to use. And when you're doing this, come down, make sure you get the bottom of this. I also want to get the inside. And here we'll go ahead and hide the body like that. And I can then paint in that inside section. Of course, if you want to match both sides, just go ahead and do that. Just match both sides. So I'm giving him kind of longer sleeves this time. Just a little different look in there. I'll do that clear over this side as well. And right back in here. And we'll make sure the inside is covered. And that is, okay, that looks good. Then I can bring this back in again. Now I want to get this piece right here and that piece right there. So let's grab the eyedropper tool. I'll grab a color from in here and then paint that in. I'll come down here to the auto tone. That's better. There we go. And paint it in like that. And there's our basic arms again. So pretty easy to do, as you can see. Just going back and forth and choosing your different colors in here. Kind of a neck area there like that. There we go. Now, when you're happy with your skin, you're going to want to download this. Obviously, this one's not finished. I haven't done anything back here. If you want to add the outer layer on this, let me show you the outer layer. Click on outer layer. And that is a grid sitting on top of the regular skin. So you actually have 2 layers of paint in here. So I'll grab the eyedropper tool. Let's grab one of our colors in here. And then let's just vary that a bit. I'll make it more green. There we go. And back to the auto tone. And let's come in here and do some cuffs on the sleeves like that. And over here, I'll do the insides in just a minute. Just get these outer sleeve areas. Okay, hide that. And let's paint the inside here. Spin it around, paint the inside over here. There we go. So we now have cuffs on this. So it's that easy to do. Just use the outer layer for where you want to have a little bit more kind of raised detail. And you can go fancy on this. You can do all kinds of weird looks and real fancy designs, whatever you feel like. It's up to you. I'll just do something interesting up in here just for the heck of it. There we go. And that looks good. Bring your body back in again. Okay, so we have just a little bit of a redesign now in here. And while I'm at it, let's just do a little something like this. There we go. A nice little additional shirt with some detail on that. Now, if you're not quite happy with this, you can come in and just do some adjustments on this. We have 2 buttons down here, one for darken colors and one for lighten colors. So here's our darker color. And notice how it's taking the existing paint color and making it darker. And then this is taking the existing paint color and making it lighter. So you can kind of modify your color a bit up here just by using this to go darker or lighter. Now, if I click on it several times, if you watch the color wheel over here, so I go darker, it's making it darker. If I go lighter, it makes it a lot lighter. So it takes your existing color and these allow you to quickly adjust that, or just come over here and move the dot around. That's what I normally do. So whatever is easier for you. Okay, let's go ahead. We'll fix this back bit. Now let's erase that like that off of that skin. Since that's on the outer layer, I can do that. So I'll come back and play this a bit more later. We've changed our looks. So now you want to do one or two things. Either upload this to Skindex if it's a really great skin. This one isn't. I'm not going to bother with that. If you upload here, it's going to show up here in the latest section. And people can download that. If it gets a lot of downloads, it then goes over into the top section. If it gets enough. Or you can download to your computer right here. I'll click on download. And this will give you a pop-up window here to download into. I already have this set for my skins folder. I just made this on my computer. It's whatever you want. And then give it a name. This gives you a real strange name over here. I'll just shorten this down. I'll call this one Green Cuffs. There we go. And choose Save. Now this comes in as a flattened file. Doesn't come as a 3D file. It comes as a flattened file. Let me show you that. Here's my download folder. Let's find that green cuffs. There it is. Open this up in paint.net. It's a free and easy to use editor, and it's good for skins. And here we go. There is the flat file right there. See, here's all of our repainting of this. There's your main body area here. Here's your legs over here. Here's your arms over here. And here's the stuff I've added in on top. That's all the second layer stuff. Now we can use this inside the game. Let me show you that one. Here we are inside the Minecraft launcher. I'll go into the Java edition right here. Go up into skins. This brings in all of your skins that you have loaded into your workplace here, into the library. Those are those new skins in here. Here's my skin without a hat on. So all of your basic skins. Click on New Skin. And if you have downloaded your skin, click on Browse, and then find your downloaded skin. And here's that same folder again. And let's find those green cuffs. There it is. That's the file. Choose Open. And there's our new file with the green cuffs on it. And I'll choose Save and Use. And there it is. Now this is an unnamed skin. So I can go ahead and name this. Click on the three dots right here. Let's edit this. I'll give it a name up here. Call it Green Cuffs. And let's save and use that. And there it is. And if you noticed in here, go back into edit. There are a couple of capes you can use here. I have a pan cape right there. Sounds like pancake, but there's a pan cape, and there's also a common cape you can use. You want to wear a cape? If you have more capes, they'll be sitting right here. I normally play without a cape. And there we go. Let's go ahead, let's launch Minecraft and see how he looks inside of the game. We're here to play, and let's play the game and install, and we'll see how it looks. Okay, here we are inside the game, and there's my new outfit with the changes we made and with those green cuffs on there. So you can see, real easy to use this, and you can make your own outfits. Just take some painting in there in the Skindex, and real easy to create your own custom look skins. Now, if you like this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Also, make sure you subscribe. I'm doing new videos all the time for both Minecraft and also for Roblox, and I'll see you next time.